Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone. So today I'll be answering the questions regarding endocrine system. So the questions that I've got is from Tivia. So the question goes, how does regular physical exercise influence the secretions of hormone like endorphins, adrenaline and cortisol, and what are the benefits for mental health and stress management? So first of all, before we dive into the correlation between regular physical exercise and the benefits of these hormones, let's introduce our hormones first. I'm sorry. All right. So the first hormones would be the endorphins. So endorphins is the what we call as the natural painkillers in our body. It is a hormone that works as a mood elevator, and it is often referred to as the feel-good chemicals. So endorphin, it is released during pleasurable experience or painful experience, for example, exercise, and it also being released during sex between people. So yeah, so the functions of endorphins is that it's temporarily relieve the pain. For example, when you twist your ankle, so endorphins are being released to relieve those pains. And also, other than that, it is also a very good mood elevator because it makes you feel good, motivated after it is being released. So the secretions of endorphins happens when the hypothalamus gives signal to the pituitary glands, and then the pituitary glands will then release all these endorphins, and all your tissues, the tissues in your body that has opioid receptor, it will then those receptor is what the endorphins goes to in order to do whatever they do. So yeah. So the next hormone would be adrenaline. So adrenaline is something that we are very familiar with. It is often being said as the fight or flight hormone. So adrenaline is both a hormone and a neurotransmitter. It is a part of a sympathetic nervous system, and the fight or flight response is that how our body respond to acute stress. Acute stress means that a stress that happens over a short period of time. For example, when you see a dog trying to chase you, or like when you are angry towards someone. So yeah, adrenaline is being released at the adrenal gland, and in order for your body to respond to stress. Other than that, adrenaline are often used in the medical area. It is often referred to as epinephrine. So it is used to increase the heart rate of patient. So yeah, it has similar functions towards our body. So the third hormone would be the cortisol. So cortisol is the primary stress hormone. It's very famous for being the stress hormone. It controls our mood, it controls our motivations and our fear. And similarly to adrenaline, it is also being released in our response to stress. But the difference is that adrenaline gives you energy by increasing your blood pressure and your heart rate. But cortisol, it increases your blood sugar, but at the same time, it regulates your blood pressure. So similarly to adrenaline, cortisol is also being released by the adrenal gland. All right. So now that we know those hormones, let's look what are the connections with physical activities. All right. So endorphins. Endorphins is stimulated by after or during maybe when you are doing regular aerobic activities. Okay, so you could be jogging, you could be cycling, you could be light dancing. So while doing these activities, your body will release all these endorphins in order for you to relieve those pain, and it gives you a very pleasurable emotions. So it makes you feel good about yourself. So it relieves those pains. Like for example, when you're jogging too hard and you're twisting your ankle, so endorphins is released to relieve those pains and make you feel good about yourself. So there's this term the runner's high is the euphoric feeling, like those very good feelings about yourself after running. So that is because of the endorphins. So next would be the adrenaline. So adrenaline is stimulated by high intensity activity. So remember that adrenaline is often being connected to the fight or flight response. So that is how our body respond to like a sudden stress or a sudden like triggering experience. So adrenaline is released during high intensity activity. For example, you're running from the dog, you are fighting someone. So it increases your alertness and concentration and energy level by raising your blood pressure and also raising your heartbeat. So you are in this state of readiness to fight someone or like to run away from something. So next would be the cortisol. So cortisol is has acutely increased during exercise, and it is actually a very healthy stress response. So it promotes relaxation. So the difference between the adrenaline and cortisol secretion is that during those high intensity activity, adrenaline is being released, but then after you've done those high intensity activities, cortisol is being released in order to regulate back your blood pressure, in order to regulate back your blood sugar, and in order to promote relaxation towards your body. So now that we know the correlation between physical exercises and the secretions of these hormones, let's look what are their benefits towards our mental health and our stress management. All right, so now that we know these hormones, they make you feel good about yourself. They give you like pleasurable experience. They give you this euphoric feeling. So that eventually will improve your mood. So when you are dealing with a chronic stress, for example, you are dealing with stress, you are dealing with anxiety, you are dealing with depression, so exercising really helps because remember that exercise is medicine. It helps regulate your mood. It reduces your stress because all of these hormones are being released during that activity. And note this that hormones effects are very slow, but it is very long lasting. So it's very effective in reducing stress, or you manage your mental health. So eventually, for those of you that has trouble sleeping, try exercising in the evening, because eventually your body will start to adapt to those feelings, to those motivations, and then it eventually gives you ability to sleep early than usual. So that is all for the questions on endocrine system. Thank you.